right, good afternoon. It is time for the Soljah podcast. We got a special topic today. Let's stay together. So, you guys seen the little commercial of the people arguing, but the topic is let's stay together. And we're going to talk about anger, the emotion of anger, and what we can do to help anger and how that will help save our marriages, our relationships to help us get to a marriage, and friendships, relationships with kids, if we can rise above the emotion of anger. So, first, I want to start with talking about where emotions come from. And I get this from Self Improvement by the Minister Louis Farrakhan study guide. So it says the brain is not only an organ of intellect and logic, it is also the source of emotion. Emotions are brought to life in what is known as the limbic system. The limbic system is a collection of parts that constitute approximately 20% of the brain's area. The forces of pride, fear, joy, grief, anger, lust, hatred, envy, and jealousy arise from this region of the brain. The limbic system is found surrounding the most primitive part of the brain and is found in almost the same form in all mammals. It is the part of man that is hardly distinguishable from beast. We'll leave that right there. The part of man that is hardly distinguishable from beast, meaning to me, like those emotions can have us on a level of beast emotions, and so we're talking about anger. How do we deal with this? A lot of times we just talk about things and we all know people get angry. Oh, they was just angry. They just angry about this. Well, what do we do about it? And if we could do something about it in our actions every day, then people will see us and maybe they can learn something from how we deal with anger. So today we're going to talk about it. I took these notes from a wise woman that was talking about the emotion anger. And one of the notes that I took down was when you are angry, the logical reasoning of your brain shuts down. And so that's why we are taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to wait before you talk. Think about it. Wait, about 5 seconds because we are trying to always struggle to get ourselves from to rise up out of emotions. So think about it before you talk because when we just go off, it causes us to end up in situations that later on we're like, God, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Well, wait, think. And this is going to help you with a few details about anger management. So, when you're talking to your significant other, make sure you don't make commands. That should be only done to kids from parents. You can command your child to do something, but you should not command your husband, your wife, your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend. You should not do that because when you do this, it makes violence underneath. It can cause like a violent behavior when you speak commanding your, you know, wife or husband. Um, War, violence represents war. War is violent verbal behavior. You subtract that and you have peace. So, do you want war? Be it war, which in your house, or do you want peace? Well, so we have to work with self and not do some things. So, um, if you want, sometimes we get angry because we want things like commands. We want people to be something or do something. Well, whatever you want someone to be, then you be it. I love that note that I took. Become the complete thing that you are asking them to be. If you want them to be more um, appreciative, then you be more appreciative. You know what I mean? Make sure that you are what you are asking someone else to be. Now, a way to power down violence. Sometimes you don't know what somebody is going through, and they may sound a certain way when they say something to you. Well, look, fire breeds fire. So do not react with a voice, with a tone that's like theirs or even higher. Come down so that you could put out the fire. It says that your words should not be as equal in force or intensity. So do not intensify it because the fire will just get bigger. And we will have more relationships saved just that way. You have to be humble, but you know, that is a trait that we need to develop is humility. Okay. Now, but if you are having a discussion, let's call it a discussion, and when you lower, then it doesn't have to be an argument. And you may disagree, but base your statements on fact statements and research resource statements, okay, to back it up. Um, because that will keep you, from being so angry and, because you don't know what you're talking about. And then the other person, like, what? No, just base it on facts. So here's some signs that you are showing too much anger. If you're blowing up over the slightest thing, it's selfish and it's childish. When you don't get your way, you blow up. So you acting a little, you acting selfish and childish. The slightest thing, you're blowing up. Little things. Just think about it. Was that even worth it? And what you need to do to conquer that and that anger is to be mature and remember how destructive anger can be. So always think about it. I was angry, so I broke that. Or, I did slam the door too hard. Now I got to get my car door fixed. Things like that. Remember, when you're growing, maturity helps you deal with anger, and it can be destructive. So we don't want to do anger. So now this is an exercise that I took notes to do, and this will is the conclusion. From 2 to 20 minutes a day, make sure you meditate and get all clear your mind of all worldly people, all worldly things. Clear your mind of it. 2 to 20 minutes. So, it's I like Facebook. Y'all about to get this podcast. Watch it, listen to it. But make sure 2 to 20 minutes a day. Clear your mind of worldly things. Um, and that protects your mind and its creation. Free the mind of inhuman thoughts, behaviors, and lifestyle choices. Anything that's less than a human, which is low things in the beast nature. So we are to rise up out of that. So we want to clear our minds of it so that we can begin to rise, so that we won't be angry so much and we can hold on to our marriages, to our friendships, to our relationships with our family, um, our jobs. Yes, we can get control of this whole anger thing. I hope this podcast helped you guys today, and I hope that we y'all stay together. Let's stay together. I plan on staying with mine.